start tonight. David Petrangelo has more in sports.
Thanks, Jordan. That's right. The San Antonio Spurs are not going down without a fight and are here to prove us all wrong versus the Miami Heat. Let's take a look. Spurs fans letting us know whose house the Heat are in. And LeBron James is focused or sleeping, but I guess we'll find out. Late in the first, the Spurs up 3 and they press early. Ginobili, with a great fake on the arc, goes hard to the basket for a two-handed slam. In the second, James goes for a 3 of his own but can't drain it. Tim Duncan, Hail Mary to Leonard. He moves in for the fast break and throws that one down too. Just before the half, LeBron is denied. And Duncan is there again to toss it up for another fast break. Neal makes a beauty 3 to put the Spurs up going into the half. We move to the fourth now. Spurs up again. Good control on the outside. They're up by 25. Quick passes on the outside for another 3-ball. And the Miami Brass are looking shocked as the Spurs win handily 113-77. LeBron, there he is. Still looks tired. San Antonio set the NBA Finals record, sinking 16 three-pointers in the game. Now we move to the Diamond, where the Blue Jays made their way to the Windy City to take on the Chicago White Sox. Earlier in the day, the Yankees released Chen-Meng Wang from his minor league contract, and Toronto signed him immediately and put him on the mound to start the game. Wang is a former ace that won 16 games back-to-back seasons. Early on, Adam Dunn takes him deep for a solo homer, and you'll see a lot of him in the highlights tonight. Sox up early. In the fourth, it's Connor Gillespie smashing a fastball left over the plate with a 3-run dinger, and the White Sox are up again 5-2. But leave it to Edwin Encarnacion to keep the Jays in it with a 2-run homer in the fifth. That one is up, and away. Bottom of the fifth now, bases loaded, 1 out, and Adam Dunn at the plate. Leave this one up to Yunori Kawasaki to grab a hard line out of the air, touch second, and turn a beautiful double play to get Wang out of a jam. Moving to the top of the ninth now, Jose Bautista ties the game. Right at 5, and what he does, he sends this one to extra innings. He's pumped. In a 10th, a wild pitch thrown, Rajai Davis rushes home to give the Jays the lead and set things up for their closer, Casey Janssen. He cleans up by grounding out Dunn for his 13th save of the season to help Toronto go on to win 7-5 in Chicago. The puck will drop tonight in Chicago for the 2013 Stanley Cup Finals. The Eastern Conference Boston Bruins will take on the first overall Chicago Blackhawks. It will be the first time ever the two teams will meet in the finals in NHL history, and the first time since 1979 the two original 6 teams will compete for the Cup. Both sides have a tough and gritty style, and at first glance it may be easy to say that the first place Blackhawks are favored, but they're also treading in unfamiliar territory.
I don't know if we're the favorites. I know maybe people are saying that, but they've won 9 out of 10 games, so they're rolling 2 right now. So. It's I think for the first game for sure. We haven't seen them all year, and we'll see how we match.
Both Boston and the Blackhawks have very strong goaltenders and defensive cores. The Bruins, though, have that one advantage: the towering 7-foot Zdeno Chara, the Chara factor. One of the many factors Tyler Seguin knows will help them establish their game.
We go into every series prepared the same way, and that's not worrying too much about what the other team is going to do or say, or how they're going to approach a game or start a game. We want to go out, knowing how we want to come out and how we want our presence to be established.
After fans are disappointed by a lengthy lockout this season, no one could have imagined such a perfect matchup in the Stanley Cup Finals. 2 storied franchises with blue-collar styles battling it out for Lord Stanley. Game 1 faces off tonight at Chicago at the Madhouse in Madison at 7 p.m. Over 20 years after Ben Johnson ran his last competitive race, he's at it again. The former sprinter took to the track last night at Varsity Stadium for the Toronto International Track and Field Games. He was a part of a men's 4x100 relay race. Despite his rocky background with steroid use, fans at the stadium were on their feet cheering for Johnson as he rounded the track. He stopped and posed for pictures with young track and field fans after the event and said he was a little unprepared for the race as he was only given 2 weeks' notice. That's it for sports. One of the greatest artists of all time will have his own personal archive on display at the Art Gallery of Ontario. Thiago Raphael has the latest in this fall's highly anticipated exhibit.